Hello everyone, how are you doing? This is MD Tech here with another quick tutorial. Today I'm going to show you guys how to download Epson printer software onto your Windows computer if you do not have the DVD or disk that came with your Epson printer. So we're going to jump right into it, and we're going to start by opening up a web browser here. And I should know before we get too far into this tutorial, I'd recommend that you write down the specific information regarding your printer specs. So what the name of the printer is, so beyond just the Epson, what kind of Epson printer is it? It should be clearly labeled somewhere on the printer itself. So once you've confirmed that, you want to go on Google and then just type in Epson printer drivers, and then you want to hit enter. So one of the best matches that comes up should say global.epson.com for the domain. You want to select that. And it might be something on the right side here that says for product support and drivers, please click here. So we're going to select that. So now you want to select your country or region. Okay, so then at this point you would want to enter into the search bar what kind of product you're using. So you can either enter the product name, and they give a couple examples right here, or you can go by product type. So let's just say printers here. And then it gives you different suggestions, but again, you should definitely search by the product name. But let's just do, for an example here, let me just do an ET series. And I'm going to select the ET2650. Again, you guys will follow a very similar pattern for whatever your printer is, and it'd be nice if you could just type it into that search bar. So this is essentially what they're looking for. They're looking for the name of the printer, so ET2650 is this printer. And then on this page, underneath recommended for you, let me make sure the operating system's correct. So I'm going to select Windows 10 32-bit. You want to make sure if you're using 64-bit, use the 64-bit download. It's not really critical either way, but since I've selected the 32-bit download, I'm going to select the blue button that says download right here. And before you do that, make sure you're on Epson's website. I would highly recommend you're downloading it directly from them. So click on this download button. It's going to ask what you want to do with this file. Select save. It should be a pretty quick download, and once it's done, you want to click on run. And if you receive a user account control window, you want to select yes. We can see that it is a verified publisher, so that's very important. And I'm going to minimize out of the web browser here. It says the file contains everything you need to use your Epson Echo Tank ET2650, and just replace that part with whatever your printer is. And you want to click OK to continue. And it should take a moment here. So just be patient. And you want to accept the terms of the agreement. You can keep some of this stuff checked or unchecked depending on what you're trying to accomplish. I'm going to uncheck the customer research participation software, but you can keep it checked if you want. I'm going to keep the user guide included as well as the drivers and utilities. Probably the most important thing on this installer. And then I'm going to select install. And it does require internet connection, it appears. So if you're trying to move this to a computer or device that does not have internet connection, it probably will not work. But that's really not the issue with this tutorial, so we're just going to let this run for a moment and just be patient. Okay, so this is printer setup. Click next to begin printer setup, then follow the step-by-step instructions to set up your Epson product. Select next. Okay, so now we can select our connection. If you have a wireless connection, you want to select that. Or if you have a direct USB, you select the second option, and then click on next. And then you would just specify if it's being set up for the first time. Next again. And you could also further elaborate if we're going to use the printer buttons. Select next. Next again. And then you just would follow along with the on-screen instructions for you guys, so it's pretty simple. And then you just, like I said, you just would follow along with the on-screen instructions here. So the reason why, it's obviously because we don't have this printer actually installed on our computer. But in your case, if you follow along with the on-screen instructions, you should be able to install this printer software without too much of a hassle. So I do hope I was able to help you guys out though, get to this point. It's pretty self-explanatory from there once you have the software for your specific make and model of your printer downloaded on your computer. So I do hope I was able to help you guys out. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next tutorial. Goodbye.